Hello, welcome back, everybody. Tom will be back in here real soon. So we got Alexander Gabriel on green black mid range and Dakota O'Brien on Hardened Scales. So we got another Hardened Scales deck in here. Let's see. So Alexander looks like he's got turn one discard. Nope, he's got turn one now spellbomb. And it looks like Dakota's got a decent start here. Got a couple zero drop artifacts, and yep, he's got a Hardened Scales into an Arcbound Worker. That's a great start. So this looks like the more traditional Hardened Scales deck rather than the last one we saw, which has a few more of the one-off cards, like the Karn's Bastion that we saw, um, the animation module. So he's going to start putting a bunch of counters on stuff. Yeah, so Alexander, yep, he's going to go and push it now. There's no creature for him to put those counters onto. Leona's not bad on this board. He gets down ticket here. Yep, take away the one creature. This is a really good start for Alexander. Normally, this is kind of a tough matchup. There's just not quite enough interaction for everything that Dakota has going on when he's able to pump out tokens and go wide with a lot of creatures. Hangback Walker is also kind of brutal against it. That's a pretty clean answer, though, to the Liliana. He's got Bob. He has another Liliana in hand, which I don't know which way you want to go. It looks like Dakota's only got one more card in hand, so that Liliana can come down and just plus. Um, the other line here is just to play the Bob, I guess, but it does get just eaten by the Ballista next turn, because it looks like Dakota's got the 4 mana that he needs to put 2 more counters on it. The Alexander's considering just using that. Liliana is just literally just a 3 mana edict, because it's just going to die. Oh, oh, I'm really surprised that Dakota didn't sack it using the Mox Opal here. I think he might have just missed that. That's kind of a big miss, too, because you can Wasteland and just draw a card is huge. Especially because Alexander doesn't have green mana. I think that was definitely a mistake there by Dakota. Is that a Field of Ruin into... Oh, no, never mind. That was an Alexander's deck. Okay. I thought Dakota's running Field of Ruin. Another one of the Graft lands. Looks like there's another Ballista in hand, too. Yeah, but second Ballista. That's pretty big because it saves him from Liliana edicting him. Oh, and you get to craft onto it for another 4. Okay. Yeah, this could be a really quick game, actually. So Alexander will take 1, go to 19. And then it's basically a 3-turn clock from here. Probably even quicker than that. It's probably a 2-turn clock, so you can just start putting counters onto his Ballista, just adding counters. Looks like I think he can play Bob and Liliana this turn. Or I guess Abrupt Decay is probably the better play. It's interesting, he's going for the smaller one. That's a pretty good draw. Put it to 6 counters. He should attack first, because then he gets an extra point of damage in, um, which probably won't make a difference here, but putting him to 13 makes it a 2-turn clock with 7. I guess it's still the same clock with 7 counters on it next turn. Ooze and Bob, and he has a. And he can eat one thing with the ooze. It's probably good to just wait and let him go to try to bolt it, and then he can eat something in response. or he has to block with it. I think that's what Dakota's thinking about. Whether it was add counters or was he having hand to play. Yeah, he's going to eat something in response. Probably eat your ballista. So Alexander will go up to 15 here. And then that'll resolve. Then I'll shoot one more time. Let's see, what did he draw? Looks like he drew a, is that an Inquisition? It's pretty weak here, and a Tireless Tracker. Yeah, Tireless Tracker doesn't do anything until he has the land. Tireless Tracker will be okay when he can eventually play the land, because he can eventually, you can play Tireless Tracker, play it, and then pop the clue right away to get a counter on it. So, the Ballistic's not worst. What is this? Is that a Hangerback Walker? It's a, and do you know what masterpiece that is? Yeah, it's a Hangerback Walker. I've actually never seen that masterpiece Hangerback Walker before. It's a cool one though. Yep, so shoot the. Yep. And that's game one going to Dakota. Let me run their sideboards back out real quickly and I'll be right back. We gotta figure out where Tom's at. So Dakota got game one, Hardened scales against Alexander Gabriel. Submission. And Tom is back.
Yeah, hey guys. Was well unaware that the match was going.
Last round was a quickish round.
I can tell.
So, it's like Alexander's got Leon the Last Hope seems really good. Damnation, Collective Brutality is okay just for the life gain and kill a thing. Surgical is okay. I probably wouldn't bring it in here. Fulminator Mage seems very good against all the utility lands that Dakota has.
You probably bring in the Kitchen Finks too.
Yeah, I think Fink's all right too. It's a decent blocker, and just having a recursive threat's nice against Ballista. On Dakota's side, the Dismember seems very good. Tormod's Crypt is a maybe. It slows down Goyfs.
Not a lot else though.
Yeah, Nature's Claim isn't very good against things like Spellbomb. And there's not really going to be much hate against artifacts in the form of like artifacts and enchantments, I think.
I mean, he's got the EE, but like again, not good.
Yeah. I think it's probably just going to be the two Dismembers and Pithing Needle would hit something like Ooze, but Ooze doesn't do a whole lot in the matchup, so probably wouldn't worry too much about that. Could name one of the Lilianas, so maybe that's worth bringing in to name like Liliana the Last Hope.
I think post-board Alexander's definitely favored.
I think on the play for sure, because like he can do so much to disrupt the first 2 or 3 turns of Dakota's game. But the problem is that Dakota's deck has so much inevitability once he has some of his pieces in play. Just because if he can just like get any anything that's able to like put extra counters onto his creatures, whether it's something like Metallic Mimic or the Hardened Scales, like he's able to just put a large, Hangerback Walker out there, and then
This is round
that's what
4,
I would deal
Billy.
with.
No, I get you. I still think Alexander's probably favored. Dakota really has to kill quickly. I think that Alexander, Dakota can go wide, but Alexander goes really big. This is round 4,
Yep.
not 3, not 2.
Yeah.
Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. Yeah, I think part of the problem, though, is that Dakota has so many ways of creating just chump blockers. There's not a ton of trample in Alexander's deck. So things like Hangerback Walker can pose a big problem for Alexander.
Round 4. I'm glad somebody followed along with me at home.
Frump, you working tonight, or where you at?
No, he said, do you think we're open till 10 p.m.? Especially
I don't know,
his,
man.
tier 4 store.
That's true. He'd probably get broken into past 10.
Yeah.
His store's in the ghetto. The ghetto of Arlington Heights or something like that.
His store's, tier 5 trash.
Tier 5 trash.
That's not even true.
All right, well, here we got an Ancient Stirrings from
He's
Dakota.
actually, the most efficient store. He always makes sure to let us know.
Yeah, I heard he's, 65th in the region or something like that. Which
He's 65th in my heart.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the region is just like Chicago North suburbs. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's saying much.
Top 70.
Top 70, yeah.
Flexing.
Top 70 within what? Within the city of Chicago?
No, within the region.
Within Arlington Heights or something.
Within Arlington Heights.
Top 70 within northern suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah.
There's only
You're in
16
Muskogee?
stores there. So.
There's no E at the end of that your. Time him out. No.
Who is that?
600-second ban. That's Billy.
Jundasaur.
Yeah, Billy Anderson.
Oh god.
There's a game of Magic going on, though. There's a Lily and a Bob in play. 2,000 plus tours in the region.
Did Alexander hit land off his Bob? Probably, because that's all they ever hit.
Ooh, Pithing Needle.
Pithing Needle. Name that.
Thank you.
Name that Planeswalker. It's like the Pokemon thing.
Who's that Walker?
Yeah. It's gonna feel real bad when Alexander's untaps and plays Liliana the Last Hope and just pluses on that thing though.
Reveals an Inquisition, gonna go to 19. Alexander is always being real kind with the camera-friendly dice.
Yeah.
The consummate pro.
And Inquisition's not actually a bad draw because you can just play the Tireless Tracker, play Swamp, get a...
I thought
It's
all
okay,
the
Inquisition.
Nazis were in Detroit. What? Billy, how much have you had to drink? What did he just take? An Arcbound? What is that?
That is
No, that's
a
a Steel
Hangerback
Overseer.
Walker. No, that's a
A
Hangerback
Hangerback?
Walker. That is a Hangerback.
Okay, I have no idea what those alternate arts are.
Yeah, we looked it up in the last match. Pop it. Oh, that's a beating. Plus Liliana. Wow.
Big distinction, Billy. You should really let people know you meant grammar Nazi. Just saying. Hardened Scales. Is that a Warping Whale? Surprised to see that coming out of the board in a Tormod's Crypt.
I guess every mode on the card really works, so I can see why. It kills Bob, it counters the discard spells, and creating a 1/1 isn't always the worst thing.
Counters a sorcery, yeah.
Yeah, it counters sorcery, but it also makes a 1/1 so the minus on Liliana just doesn't do a whole lot. So I could definitely see that being played.
Having said that, though, Alexander has a board.
Yeah, popping Crypt, so...
Popping Bloods, I think you mean.
Literally does nothing, because I'm pretty sure they both have the exact same. Pretty sure Dakota has sorcery instant. Yeah, he's gonna pop on himself. Sick.
Ancient Stirrings, that's the only way he's getting back in this game. Gotta find some gasoline.
I mean, Ravagers, whatever, but it doesn't even
Found
do
nothing, yeah.
I mean, he literally has to have Hangerback Walker here. That's the only card that can put him back in it, because Liliana could just down tick and kill anything he plays.
Look at Alexander.
wouldn't
-2, -1 Lily counters, Goyf counters.
I honestly
I love
probably-
watching Alexander play.
Yeah, here I wouldn't even play it. It just gets killed by Liliana.
Look at all these permanents.
He's almost
Get him, Gargamel.
He's almost gonna ascend. He just ascended.
Hey.
Do clues count
King
as
of the
multiple
castle.
permanents? Clues count as multiple permanents, right? For Ascension.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. No one plays any ascending cards in.
Where's that Arch of Arazka? Alexander's like the local boogeyman, as it were, for the Modern here. Everybody's afraid to play him because he's just so good at these rock decks.
Yep.
If green-black is good, you can bet that Alexander's constantly going to be at the top tables. Kicked your butt real good, yeah. Damn right he did. It's because you had the nerve to play against him in Modern.
See, like the thing with Rock is like the perpetual 3-1 deck.
Yeah.
You can take it to any event ever, and you will always go 3-1. It does not matter how you play, what decks you played against. You will always be 3-1. That's just how the deck works. There'll be like one match where your Bob flips just
Jun
dome you for
sucks.
15. That's how it works.
Yep. Jun sucks.
Yeah, Jun is pretty bad right now, honestly.
Don't say that to Jundasaur.
That's too bad. Jun sucks.
Yeah, Jun does suck.
So do dinosaurs.
Sorry, Billy. Jun sucks. Don't you ever talk about dinosaurs like
Hangerback.
that, though.
There we go. That's his one way out of this. You get the 3-3 or 2-2. You get the 2-2.
There's nothing. There's no way. Because
Dome for 3.
The people's elbow.
Yeah. Hit him with the RKO.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you smell what Gargamel's cooking?
And he gets 2 Thopters that do literally nothing. Oh. Play
That's
another
the
one.
bottom
Sack
line.
the Thopter.
Because Gargamel said so. Break glass.
Whack. I think that's lethal.
Someone
Pretty sure
please
that's
link
lethal.
some Stone Cold Steve Austin in the chat. What? Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's literally lethal. See ya.
I need some glass breaking right now in my life.
That
Let me
was
get some
so
what's
hype.
in the chat.
That was so hype watching that. When you
What?
Hear, you hear the glass breaking.
Yeah.
And then you see a bunch of bush light getting you just smashed in the middle of the ring.
And you just lost your freaking mind.
From like 6 miles away, a beer comes out of the crowd. And he just catches it.
Drank
It's like
some
the
beer.
dopest thing ever.
What? Drank some tequila. What? Rum. What? Vodka. What? Yeah. And then I drank more beer. What? Yeah.
Oh my god. What a guy.
He was the absolute man.
Still is.
Yeah, right? Breaks beer into the crowd. Yeah, he always did that. And he never dropped the beer.
He never even drank it. He just slammed them together and just spilled them all over. Like, he was just like dumping it on his face. Like,
Yeah. Stone Cold Stunner the POTUS. Yeah, he did. He hit Trump with the stunner.
He did. I remember that.
Only a man like Steve Austin could hit
Yes.
Trump with the stunner. I've always said that I really hoped that The Rock Johnson's presidential bid went through so that he could run with The Rock as his like vice presidential campaign, and he'd be going against like Joe Biden or something in a debate, and he'd be like, "What is your feeling on immigration policy?" Well, you see,
It doesn't matter what you think.
Hits him with the rock bottom.
He's a rock.
Yeah. The vice presidential debate of Stone Cold versus
You just hit him with the people's
Joe
elbow.
Biden, presented by Budweiser. Only on pay-per-view.
Dude, no, it can't be Budweiser.
The presidential debate Super
It has to be like
Slam.
presented by like Natty Light.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be like Budweiser. Budweiser's like too high class for those people. Like, you kidding me? Like, you can just imagine that, like Trump.
I
It'd be
love
like,
when he would scream for beer and all of a sudden they would start flying into the ring. Yep. It doesn't matter what you think. I am the Scorpion King. He's also the Tooth Fairy.
oh my god, dude, that movie.
Yeah. You can always remember that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was the Tooth Fairy. And that's what we're going to remember him for. We're not going to remember him for being The Rock. We're not going to remember him for like being in the Fast and the Furious. No. He was the Tooth Fairy.
Well, Alexander's here on Amalgam to 6, it looks like. I saw he has a Damnation in hand and a Liliana, which looks pretty good.
Oh, why are we even talking about Magic? We were on some rock stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Because they're starting, man. They're starting the match.
Billy, the Babysitter was like the funniest movie.
Dakota looks like he's going to turn 3 him. Looks like he has turn 1, drop a bunch of artifacts. Oh, never mind.
Just turn 1, drop a heart
I thought
scales.
he had 3 artifacts in Opal. I guess not.
No Inquisition from Alexander's really big.
Yep. So now he could put Spellskite.
Ooh.
Dude, he can redirect his thoughts.
Oh, and he draws the Inquisition off the top.
Redirect it. No, I know you can't do that.
I was gonna say redirect it to what?
I'm kind of surprised that he didn't just play his Opal, but I guess there's no point there.
Alexander with a Fielder Ruin. That signals his mana's bad.
Darksteel Opal, play the rest of your hand out. The Tormor's Crypt.
Yeah.
Entire hand just spilled in the battlefield.
That was Jonah Hill.
I mean, like, Dakota does need to, like, draw a card. Like, any of his X cost spells or...
That was a big draw there. That Blooming March. He had no more lands in hand. Other than that second Fielder Ruin.
Have you never seen Alexander play? He always draws it.
Yeah, right.
Top deck's like a god.
He's just gonna Damnation next turn.
Oh my god, this is like super brutal. It doesn't even matter. Like he's gonna smack him for how much infect is he hitting him for? A lot. Field it.
No, none.
None. That's lame.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna Damnation the board next turn, and the game's gonna be over. Because he has Tireless Tracker and Lily follow up.
We can go and turn this off. We'll see you guys later for round 5.
Yeah, right?
I think this might be the last round, actually. There's only 2 Exos right now, I think.
No, there's one more round.
Oh, is there one more?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet in quotes.
I am whelmed.
Right?
Very whelmed right now.
We might just call it a night after 4.
No, we have to put the last one on. It's for the people.
Shh.
It's for the people.
And, you know what? I'll pull a Vince McMahon here. It doesn't matter what the people want.
Also, it looks like Alexander missed the land. Oh, I think he drew Llanowar Elf. Oh, no, he found it.
Damnation. The people's elbow. Yeah, that's what the Damnation is. The big gaping butthole that is Damnation.
Well, GG.
That's what that card is. It's just a big gaping butthole to nothingness.
Ravager? Oh, he did draw Ravager. Well,
that's game. That plays.
This gets like kind of interesting because if he draws any of the X.
Well, he has a Liliana.
Yeah, but we don't talk
sad
about that.
Christmas.
Rip.
Top deck land. Good night.
Oh, sad.
GG's, boys.
Just crack the Tormod's Crypt just to do it.
He still has 4 cards in hand. I'm gonna
it's a
crack
clue?
this. Gonna play a Scoos.
It's kind of awkward because he wants to plus to Liliana, but I think he kind of wants all the cards he has in hand.
Yeah, I think you just leave it alone.
I think you want it to be able to edict in case he draws anything. Yeah, so you have to plus it. Oh, I guess he's a second Tireless Tracker, so that's worth it.
I like actually just waiting there, and next turn playing both cards and then plussing.
Ravager, and I guess you just play the Ravager. Yeah.
See here, you would just be able to like kill Ravager, play Tireless Tracker. You know what I mean? And then you still have the Lily in play and a Lily in hand.
How?
So what you do is you don't do anything last turn.
Mm-hmm.
You don't tick up, I mean. You tick up this turn after you play... Oh, no, you're going to tick up. You could just discard the other Lily. And I think having Lily in play plus 2 Tireless Trackers and Scoos is better.
I think you definitely want the...
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about anything.
Yeah, I think you definitely want the Liliana, just because you want a way to remove a card. If you had another removal spell
You don't
in
have
hand,
to Edict. You have another Lily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alexander. I mean, the problem is Dakota had like a perfect start to set up. He just needed. He had
And
one
another
turn.
Lily.
He had one
Jesus.
turn where if he drew Hangerback Walker, he won the game, and he didn't draw Hangerback Walker, so he lost.
He's so far ahead. I know. I'm just talking about trying to like literally get the maximum value possible out of all your cards.
Just fielder when the Darksteel Citadel and flex.
Yeah. Yeah, and flex.
Just say you can go ahead and find a land. Thin your deck out. I don't care. It's not gonna matter. That's how far ahead I am. I just wanted the extra land for Tireless Tracker. It's the only legal target.
Yeah, get that hot shuffle.
Yeah. I'd like to shuffle my library, please. GG.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, that's actually
GG's,
lethal.
boys.
That's literally lethal. Okay.
Hey, you know what? So I was talking to our resident Polish, Chris, and he's really trying to do